Hello and welcome to your messages for the week. Today is Sunday, the 27th of November, 2022. And I am Deborah Jane Sutton at your service. So this week, this is the end of November now. So we're going to be welcoming December this week. So if you haven't already seen the messages for the month of November, take a look at them because I'm sure they're still relevant. The link is in the description, the video in the end screen. And another video I did yesterday, in fact, it just came to me and it was, can we really choose our thoughts, was how I titled it. Because I often say that our creative power lies in our ability to choose our beliefs. And of course, that follows on from the work I do with the brain integration, installing positive beliefs. But I'm kind of taking it a little bit further. Because of all the bit of a cough. Because of all the division and separation and duality, basically, in the 3D, how do we rise above it? That was really, I think, my motivation for doing the video. And it does talk about how to detach from that division, which stems from our thoughts, of course. So yeah, take a look at that. I'll put a link in the description in the video in the end screen. And the other thing I wanted to mention quickly before we get into the cards was that until the end of the year, until the end of December, I have a special offer on my past life healings. So a lot of people are doing the inner work, a lot of people diving in deep, realizing they've healed a lot from this life. They've healed a lot from their ancestors. They've healed a lot from the collective. You know, we're healing so much at this time. So past life healing is a really important one as well. And although very often on a smaller scale, you can feel some of those energies playing out in this lifetime that you have brought into this lifetime from past lives, other lives. Everything's happening in the now, right? Whatever. But you know what I mean. It's a deeper level of healing anyway. So I'll put a link in the description to that as well. And as I was shuffling the cards just then, 4 cards came out and it looks, oh, actually a 5th one wants to come out. 5 seems to have been the magic number recently, doesn't it? But that's it, 5. Again, let's have a deep dive in. Here we go. 10 of Cups. Cups, intuition, spirituality, creativity, emotions, emotionally fulfilling, love, right, all of that. The rays here show emotional fulfillment and spiritual guidance. Because the cups are they're a sign of very much being spiritually guided, because we find this happiness and this health and this intuition and the spirituality and our creativity when we are guided, when we are spiritually guided. I mean, we're always spiritually guided, but when you understand that and you acknowledge that and you tap into that, I want to say, tap into your own higher guidance. That is everything. And this is the Happy Families card. You can see the happy family there. And I think this is a message here about, I mean, yes, we're coming into December, it's much more a family time, holidays and things like that. But this is about getting your mind off what's going on in the outside world, because, you know, from a quantum physics perspective, right, and I'm not a quantum physicist, okay, but you know, you hear these things that, well, I hear these things in metaphysics and quantum physics, and it resonates with me on a certain level about, and I've heard Dolores Cannon talk about this as well, but actually we're in, you know, some kind of simulation game or what have you, but actually what is around the corner from us doesn't actually get created or appear until we go and observe it. There is this theory that things only occur if we are observing it. If we have put our attention on it, then it exists. I mean, it's an interesting one, isn't it? And I'm not saying that I understand that completely, but something about that theory, I don't think it's a theory, I'm sure there's evidence to it, but something about that really resonates with me. And it makes me really feel like, yes, look at devices, you're on one now. Yes, obviously, you know, but it's about detaching from the stories going on in the outer world. And I'm not denying that there are things going on in the outer world. I'm not denying that there's really good and really evil going on in the outer world. I'm not denying any of it. I'm just saying that for our own frequency, and I think our future lies in raising our own frequency, finding that peace in our own heart, so that we can then operate from that level of frequency. We will create, we are the creators, we create our own reality. I think the secret here is to do whatever it is we can to create that peace in our hearts so that we can operate from that. And if we all do it, that's how we are going to create our peaceful collective, our peaceful world, the new earth, heaven on earth, whatever you want to call it. And to this reference to family, take your attention out of the rabbit hole, I want to say, out of the pantomime, out of the shit show, whatever you want to call it, and put your focus on your family. And that doesn't have to be blood family, but you know, it is blood family as well. Put your focus on those that are around you, those that are in your reality, those that are in your energy field, those that your energy has an influence over and whose energy has an influence over you. I think that's a really important point. What we look at online obviously has an influence over us through our consciousness. But this is about getting back into, you see how they're in a garden, they're in a park, they're in some kind of, this is about coming back to Mother Nature, coming back to Mother Nature. And I'm feeling, as I say those words, that coming back to Mother Nature is the opposite of AI. But this is what I'm getting from here. I'm getting the message is follow your own spiritual guidance, tap into your own intuition. And, you know, if you want help with that, get in touch. That's what I do, help people with that. Listen to your emotions, explore your spirituality, explore your creativity, and follow your intuition, because that's where the emotional fulfillment lies. And then create beautiful, harmonious, positive experiences with those around you, your nearest and dearest, I want to say. There you go. The Fool. They're all face down, by the way. It's the way I work. I don't know what's coming up until I turn it over. The Fool. And yeah, that's really making sense, because what I'm getting is we've been living too much on devices, too much in our head, too much in what's going on in the outside world, catching up with what's going on in the outside world. We've been ignoring Mother Nature right in front of us. You know, our own family, our animals, our gardens, our parks, you know, the people in our immediate surroundings, our neighbors, our community. This is about bringing it back to the community. Yes, we've all been working online. Yes, we have a fantastic tribe online, and that's going to still be there. That's going to still be there. But this is about bringing that high vibe that we have found in the last few years online and bringing it into the community and bringing that light that you know is shining within you and bring it into your community, your physical community. I'm really getting that. It's the new avenue. This is new beginnings. We are taking everything that we've learned in the last couple of years and bringing it into the community. And this makes kind of perfect sense to me. I've been really happy working online. I really have. For me, it was a massive gift the last couple of years. But now, you know, I didn't plan the garden retreat. It just came through us, you know, basically. And now we have it. And it's the intention of the garden retreat is to cater to the needs of the community. And every time we have an event or anything like that, I'm meeting new people they're all from over the world, even though I'm here in Spain, very cosmopolitan area that I live in, but I'm meeting all sorts of new, amazing, wonderful people that are coming to the garden retreat. And it's like there is a community out there. And you don't look around and I'm like, where are they all coming from? We create our own reality. Let's never forget that. And so there is this thing about, I think where we're heading now is creating these communities in person, in our immediate localities, while still maintaining, you know, our long distance connections. But the Fool, you see how happy he is. He's also not taking much with him. This is about realizing that our future doesn't lie in the money. Our future, I want to say now, our future lies in our service. I've always said it lies in our frequency. Of course, it lies in our frequency, but our frequency, when we raise our frequency, we then tap into our intuition, our spirituality, our creativity. And when we do that, we find our life purpose. We find what brings us joy, and we find our service to others, because our joy is found in our service to others. Our joy is found in our service to others. That I really want to say. So therefore, I think our future is in our service to others. And there's no one service better than another. It doesn't work like that. And everyone's service is unique. Even though there's lots of energy healers, or there's lots of, I don't know, massage therapists, there's lots of yoga teachers, there's lots of, it doesn't matter. Everyone is so unique. Um, but this is where our service to others, and we realize that we don't need to have all this 5-star looks, I want to say, around us. I mean, if you have it, it's great. I'm not knocking it. I'm not judging it. What I'm saying is that we are detached now from this feeling that we have to have it, that we're striving for materialism, we're striving for material wealth, we're striving for financial wealth. Yes, of course, we value it. Yes, we need it. I'm not saying don't do it. And of course, the more we have, the more we can fund our service and stuff like that, and the more we can offer our free services, so don't get me wrong on this, never get me wrong, I love money and money loves me, and all of that. My point with the Fool is that it's a detachment from that. That isn't the objective is service. Okay, and he's got his fruition with him. He's got this flower in his hand, because wherever he goes, his service goes, and his joy. So his opportunity to serve others goes with him. And his joy and his peace and his harmony and his high frequency go with him, because it's attached to him. It's not attached to anything else. We create our own joy. We create our own service to others. We create everything. It's all coming from us. It's all coming from within us. We don't need anything on the outside. That's the point I think the Fool was trying to make this week. Spiritually guided, there's your raise again. Faithful friends, faithful companions, always good to have animals around. He's got a song in his heart and a skip in his step. He's happy as Larry. He's carefree, doesn't know what's coming. There's a little leap of faith, you see, he's about to jump off a cliff, but it's okay, because he understands that he's going to get that up thrust and he's going to fly. And he's just enjoying himself. He's following his own excitement. He's following his own inspiration. He's following his own spiritual guidance. And he's releasing all those thoughts, which is in the video that I've just talked about. Can we really change our thoughts? Can we really change our beliefs? And so he's just free. He's got a feeling of freedom. He's got a feeling of security, just by being who he is, just by understanding how the universe works, and the universe is governed by frequency. Okay, so wow, there's a new beginning for us to focus on our community and our families. Yeah, there's the inspiration. Look how quickly horses are positive movement forward, and look at that movement. It really does. It's like everything falls into place. Let go of so much. Let go of all of this need to do certain things, and just follow what you're good at. Follow what brings you joy, and just share it with others. And don't worry, because you are the creator of your own reality, and everybody outside of you is reflecting that back to you. So any naysayers that you have in your environment are just reflecting back to you your own self-doubt. So it's okay. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge them. If they're naysaying and not supporting you, it's because there's a part of you that's kind of like holding back. Do you see what I'm getting at? It's all about, I really do urge you to watch the video on how to detach from your thoughts, because it is about letting go of expectations, letting go of our desire to be right, our desire to control. I want to say, look at him. I mean, he's almost out of control. I mean, in fact, normally with this card, to be honest, there is a message of slow down, because you're going too quickly. Swords are non-physical. They are mental processes. So I'm seeing it very positively, because I'm seeing it as in when you tap into your own spiritual guidance and the messages that come to you, okay, the ones that are going to lift you. It's a new avenue, and we're going to put our consciousness on our communities, and then things are just going to get created. You don't have to think about how they're going to get created, and you don't have to think about how it's going to build, how it's going to happen, who's going to come to you, you don't need to think about all of that, the hows and the whys and the who's. You just have to tap into who you really are. Find that joy in your creativity, whatever it may be. Share it with others. That's all you have to do. Right, Pablo Picasso said, the meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. That is all we have to do. And that's how fast. I mean, this is our mental processes. So this is our beliefs, our thoughts, our inspiration. And then you just fly with inspiration. It's amazing. I mean, like yesterday, my inspiration to do that video, it just came out of nowhere. And it's one of these cases whereby, and I'm sure you can relate to this, is that when you're inspired to do something creative like that, if you don't do it, it's going to feel really uncomfortable. That's the kind of inspiration. That's the kind of inspiration he's following. If he doesn't follow that inspiration, he's going to feel really uncomfortable. So let's see what else. There you go. She's the queen of, not she's not a queen, she's an empress, but I mean, she is the queen of creation. She is all of creation. She's amazing, the empress. I mean, she is divine feminine, she's beauty. Everything is, I mean, look at her. She's kind of living the life of Riley, but she really is the creative source. She's Mother Nature. She's the divine feminine. We've got the Venus sign here, which is love and beauty and romance. Okay. So she's very, very successful. She is the pregnancy card, but of course, energetically, that means creating something from our sacral chakra. Creating, it could be a book, it could be a video, like I did yesterday, or like I'm doing now. It could be, what are you creating? It could be a class, it could be an online course, it could be an in-life course, it could be a workshop, anything. It could be a poem, a piece of music, it could be a song, or it could be a meditation tape. It could be developing your light language. You could be creating physical things like jewelry and beautiful, beautiful. Just, you could be a cook. You could be just baking and stuff like that, and putting recipes together. People need that. People like me. You could be in the garden creating. You could be creating a service for others, helping them with their animals, helping them with their, coaching, life coaching, whatever it might be, sharing your gifts, sharing your passions, sharing your ideas. That's what she does. And she's so powerful. She's a major arcana card. But this is where true creation is coming from. The last card is the Two of Wands, which comes after a decision, of course. He's got the whole world in his hands, right? And he's looking out over the shores of the new earth. Now, although he's got the whole world in his hands, I kind of want to repeat what I said earlier on about coming back into our physical reality, back into your local community, and investing in your local community, serving your local community, even though a lot of our services we can do online, of course. Okay, and maybe that's where the money is. And so we can do that as well. Okay, I'm not saying don't do that. There's that lovely balance between the two. But there is a message here about looking at how you can serve. And it doesn't have to be you offering your services for money. If you're earning your money online, how can you share your energy with the local community? What can you do? Can you join a walking group and help raise the vibration of that? Can you join a local yoga class and raise the vibration of that? What can you do? Can you take your family somewhere on an excursion together and help raise the vibration of them, the community, everything? How can we use our energy through exploring our own passions in the local community? And how can we receive services from others? I mean, I bring it back to my organic fruit and vegetable boxes. There's somebody following their passion, and I really appreciate and love the service. So it's not just about you serving. We can serve by receiving the service of others. And when you can see that they're serving from the heart, they're serving from a place of joy, and it's raising their frequency and nurturing their soul to offer that service, regardless of whether they're asking for money or not. It's irrelevant, that bit. Okay, to them it might not be irrelevant, but you know what I mean. We need to receive our services from those people that are offering the service through them rather than from them. And you can tell those people, can't you? Because they're kind of always a bit excited. I think, and passionate, and yeah, and creative. It's all about that this week. It's all about that. Bringing your attention back into your immediate surroundings, the people, the physical people that are in your immediate environment, and just start creating there, creating markets, communities, and activities, celebrations, everything else. You'll know something will resonate. Fantastic. Wow. Yeah, because that's the decision that we're making now, and this is how we're going to create the new earth. And understanding or not understanding the quantum physics. If you can simplify it to me, please do comment below. But this whole idea that actually what we create is being created as we observe it. If we're not observing it, does it really exist? Oh, that's an interesting one. Obviously, if you go looking, you're observing. It's an interesting one. I'm not saying I understand all of that, but I just find the concept interesting. And I do find that that is the concept behind this energy that's coming to me today, that is saying focus on the physical reality in your energy field and where your energy is influenced and where you are influencing, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. It made sense to me. So yeah, it's where our inspiration goes flying, and it's where our greatest creative force lies. In following our joys, following our passions, and focusing on the community and how you can bring in what you do best into the local community. Wow, interesting one. Lots of love to you all. I will be doing a reading for December, the month of December this week. So you can keep your eyes open for that. Have a fantastic week. I love you all. As always, take care. Bye for now.